And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day.
And good morning. It is Wednesday, March 6th, and as you can see, it's National Oreo Cookie Day.
All right.
We love cookies.
Love the Oreos.
Yep, we do.
And you're going to tell us all about those in just a minute.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you about our guest today from GRF. They had their meeting on Tuesday. We have their board vice president, Annette Sobosol, and Annette's going to tell us what happened at the meeting and a few other things as well. We're going to get a recreation update with Brian Gruner and a couple guests as well. And then from the South Orange County Community College District, Victor Negrete will be here. He oversees the public-private partnership development for the district. So we'll find out about that. We're also going to bring you a segment with the Alzheimer's Family Center.
All right, and our meetings for today, we have one, which is the Village Energy Task Force, and that will be in the boardroom, and that starts at 1:30. All right, so get your glass of milk handy, as it is National Oreo Cookie Day. The Oreo cookie sandwich is made up of 2 chocolate discs, originally, containing a sweet cream filling and is loved by millions today. Since its introduction, the Oreo cookie has become the best-selling cookie in the United States. The National Biscuit Company, today known as Nabisco, first developed and produced the Oreo biscuit in 1912 at its Chelsea factory in New York City. Today, the block on which the factory was located is known as Oreo Way. Now, the name Oreo was first trademarked on March 14th in 1912. The first Oreo cookie in the United States sold for 25 cents a pound in a novelty can, as you see here. In 1912, the Oreo biscuit was renamed to an Oreo sandwich, and then in 1948, the Oreo sandwich was renamed to Oreo cream sandwich. William A. Turnier developed the modern-day Oreo design in 1952 to include the Nabisco logo trademark. Nabisco's principal food scientist, Sam Porcello, developed the modern Oreo cookie filling. And as you can see here, and I'm sure in the grocery stores, there are so many different varieties of Oreos now. It changes from season to season. You can get a red filling, you can get green fillings, and so they do change it up according to the season. So, Ken, which one is your favorite?
I would say, well, actually, between the two you have there, I would probably go for the non-traditional. The golden Oreo.
One? Yes.
Because we were talking that Nabisco used to have a cookie a long time ago called, I think they still do, they're called Vienna Fingers,
okay,
which is basically like the golden Oreo you have there. And that was always my favorite.
Okay.
So what can I tell you? But I'm going to have some of those later. In fact, I might have some in just a few minutes. All right, now today we're going to have rain on and off today. Really the strongest rain has probably passed over us. We did not get a lot in South Orange County. In fact, my rain gauge this morning was less than 1/10 of an inch, so it really wasn't a lot. There was some thunderstorms out there. Parts of Southern California had a long range of thunderstorms. In fact, if you're watching us in the morning, they're still going on in certain areas. We are just not getting a whole lot, but we will have rain throughout the day, from drizzle to showers to maybe a little bit of moderate cells coming in. But overall, I'm thinking maybe a ½ inch today at most. Not going to be too bad tomorrow. This should spill over into tomorrow early morning, so we could get some morning showers. That's about, right now, maybe about a 30% chance. Then have some a little bit of sun tomorrow afternoon. And then Friday, some scattered showers as well. That'll probably come in the, I put PM rain because it's going to be anywhere from afternoon to evening. That should not be a lot at all. And then really the next storm coming in will be Sunday into Monday, and that could be maybe another ½ inch or so. So really still quite a lot of rain coming in, but nothing too strong. Here we are around Southern California today. Everything hovering right around, I'd say, an average of about 60 degrees everywhere. This system is a bit of a warmer system. If you've been out, you've probably felt it's not really cold out. Our overnight temps didn't go down that low, not much difference between the overnights and the highs. So therefore, up in the mountains, they'll get a little dusting of snow out of this, not too much. Palm Springs, 72 degrees. That'll be raining out there, but again, you can see by that this is a fairly warm system that's coming in. That's why we have all the thunderstorms. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Welcome to South County Adult Day Services. Conveniently located right here in Laguna Woods, we provide a safe, secure environment where you or your loved one can spend the day. Come socialize with friends, engage in enriching activities, receive the expert care you need, and participate in fun hobbies. Improve your mental and physical health and maintain your independence. We even take care of transportation. For a free tour, call us at 949-855-9444 or visit us at our center between El Toro and Moulton Parkway right next to the Olive Garden.
Where can you see the greatest names in golf? Still making a name for themselves? Orange County's only PGA Tour Champions event returns as the Hogue Classic. Catch the legends of the PGA Tour at Newport Beach Country Club March 6th through the 10th and help Hogue Hospital give back to the health and vitality of our community in Southern California. Also, come visit the Hogue Health Village presented by Blue Shield of California to partake in games, giveaways, and informational health talks. Tickets available now at HogueClassic.com.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 40 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make new friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit our office at Clubhouse 4 or anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy, add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Q-tie, deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers Brew and Q, Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
Well, with me from GRF today is Annette, and Annette is, of course, the Vice President of the GRF Board. Welcome back. It's been a while since you've been on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, great to be here today. And you're going to give us a rundown of the meeting that happened on Tuesday.
Yes, I am. Yesterday's meeting was filled with items of interest. First, President Dr. Beth Perrick again thanked Security Chief Tim Moy, COO Shoban Foster, resident services, landscaping, and the professional VMS staff for their diligent work, along with all staff who continue to serve us and work tirelessly for the safety of our community during the second round of heavy rains. GRF's new legal counsel, Kelly Richardson of Richardson and Ober, was introduced. Kelly has over 30 years of HOA experience and publishes HOA articles which are carried in 14 newspapers from San Diego to Santa Barbara, including our own Globe, which started publishing Kelly's articles in 2019. His 4-part series on what makes a great director is a must-read. The VMS update was provided by Chair Dr. Lisa Bender, who advised villagers to sign up for Code Red and reminded folks to use Dwelling Live on our Laguna Woods Village website, which allows your incoming guests gate access, reducing additional calls to resident services. VMS announced that landscaping has obtained the ability to hire outside services for tree trimming and slopes, which will alleviate pulling folks off regular maintenance, improving service. VMS CEO Jeff Parker had lots to discuss, including this Saturday, the Village Library book sale, 9 a.m. to noon, with proceeds going back to the library. The Health and Wellness Expo is scheduled for Thursday and Friday, March 21st and 22nd from 11 to 3. The Thrive Project will be hosting a booth, so please stop by. Pool 5 reopened February the 18th. Pool 1 is closed for annual maintenance. Emeritus swim classes have been relocated to Pool 5. The pickleball court grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony will be held March 13th, probably in the morning, and I don't have a time yet. This Monday, March 4th, the equestrian gate closure hours began. The gate is closed from 9:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. to better protect the village maintenance yard assets. Our bus excursions are super popular. To provide fair access, reservations are by lottery, entering by cards up to 4 at a time in the community center or email. I'd like to give a shout out to VMS employee Becky Jackson, who is awesome handling this program, and right now she's standardizing the docent tours. On March 20th, the bus excursion will be going to the Laguna Beach Pacific Marine Center. Member comments followed. The main topics of member comments were the removal of the TV in Clubhouse 1 drop-in lounge, cessation of volunteers there, Clubhouse 4 renaming contest, mental health, and loneliness. Most topics will be addressed at the CAC meeting, which is Thursday, March 14th at 1:30 p.m. in the Community Center boardroom. Please attend. Regarding mental health and loneliness, 2019 is the year of reaching the hard to reach. For more than a year, GRF VMS marketing guru Eileen Paulin, her staff, and all the members of the GRF Media and Communication Committee have been analyzing multiple source data points to see who in the village has been underserved. We have identified 12 to 15%, mostly seniors who are not electronically connected. These are the hard to reach folks that we are speaking about. Please understand that VMS reaches 85% or more folks via the Breeze, eBlast, the Laguna Woods Village Globe, our YouTube channel, Village TV, and the Laguna Woods Village website, which is our very own award-winning community website. The year of reaching the hard to reach is a work in progress, wholeheartedly addressing issues. This complex, multifaceted, targeted goal is using a continuous, ongoing approach. First, social services has increased staff and added 3 new interns. It provides counselors for short-term counseling, crisis intervention, a support group, educational programs, long-term care planning, and community resource referrals. If you would like to be a friendly visitor volunteer, contact social services located in the community center at 949-597-4267. Second, the foundation of LagunaWoodsVillage.org, or you may call 949-268-2246. The foundation provides emergency financial assistance with shortages of food, medications, utility bills, medical or nursing care, adult daycare, and dental procedures. A big kudos to all of the Laguna Woods Village clubs who annually donate to the foundation, endorsing its constant mission of providing emergency assistance to those residing here in the village. Third, bus services to the Braille Institute and on Tuesdays to the South County Food Bank. Fourth, important hearing information is available from the Hearing Well Club, which is meeting next Tuesday, March 12th at the PAC, which is also known as Clubhouse 3, Dining Room 2, doors open at 1:30. Guests are $3. Dr. Joan Doherty, who is a PhD MD and also an associate professor from the USC Keck School of Medicine, will be discussing ototoxic drugs that can cause hearing loss. And she was just on your program.
Yes, she was.
Excellent. I watched it and I learned so much from your program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yesterday, GRF approved the supplemental funding for the EV charging stations at the community center. This is a 75% grant reimbursement if completed on time by October 2019. GRF also approved the 2019 Laguna Hills Memorial Day Half Marathon 10K, and 5K runs, which will take place on Monday, May 27th, 2019. The GRF Recreation and Special Events Department Policies and Procedures and the Glossary of Mandatory Adherence also passed. So that's about it.
I have a question about, because I know the EV charging was a big discussion. There's 2 out here right now, am I right?
Yes.
And this is where you plan to put a couple more.
4 more bollards. Each bollard houses 2 vehicles.
Okay.
And we're going to put them right next door because Choice Point services them all, and the utility company has the station right there, so it makes sense to just do them in unison. So we're going to have them in just, you know, the addition right there.
Okay. And now anybody, I know because that is a public parking lot, anyone can use them.
And that's the reason we were able to secure the grant, because the grant would only be given if there was public access. And while we own the building, we do not own the land that the building is on or the parking lot. And the parking lot is public because it services like Jersey Mike's, the nail place. It services, you know, lots of other, the real estate companies. It services lots of other businesses here in the here at this location.
Right. Yeah.
So we were able, for that reason, to qualify for the grant.
Okay. And if people who want to use that, what they swipe a credit card, or what about the people that are residents here? Do they get a discount using that?
Well,
how does that work at this point anyway?
Well, what happens is if you are everybody has to insert a credit card.
Okay.
And there's different levels. And yesterday I was corrected actually by one of our CAC advisor, Sean Tompane. He said, because Ernesto and I use the word free, and it really is no cost.
Right.
But the electric vehicles that we have here in the village, if they want to go and use that, they can charge at no cost. Now, the employees and residents will get 1 fee. And then if you are just the general public using it, you'll be assessed a higher fee.
Okay.
So I think the higher fee is 30 cents, and I know a unit or whatever. And the one for the residents and the VMS employees, I believe, is 17 cents.
Now, how will they know? Does that mean you, like a VMS employee, would I scan? I don't have an electric vehicle, but I would scan my card first, my ID card. How does it know to give me a discount?
That's a great question.
Or a resident here.
And I am not the person to ask, but I'm sure Siobhan Foster, who has
that'd
an
be
electronic
curious to
vehicle,
find out.
she might be the person to have on here to really explain a little bit further how it does work for them. That's a very good question. Now, the Choice Point does keep, that monitors that.
Okay.
So we do not have to use any employee time to keep up all this. What they do is they give us the reports, and then we get, you know, money returned to us, which just really upkeeps.
Okay, that'd be interesting to find out though.
I
Because when
will.
you're talking
I'll
about
check
that
into that.
yesterday, I was thinking, well, how does it know if somebody's on staff here or a resident, or do you scan your ID card first,
You know,
so it puts in
I'm
like
going
a
to the
rewards card?
VMS.
Okay.
I'm going right
You
after
find
this.
that
I'm going
out.
to ask that, and I'll get back to you
Okay,
because
I know
that's an
there's
excellent
2
question.
next to the heirs, and
Yes.
from what I understand, I may be wrong, at least when they first put them in, if you were a guest of the heirs, you could charge for free. That was kind of an incentive.
Yes.
I don't know if that's how it goes now or how they use theirs, but it's interesting.
And I'm just thrilled that we were able to pass it because California is very progressive, and this is coming down the pipes for us as far as electronic vehicles and weaning us off gas.
All right, very good. Good to see you, Annette.
Always
you take
good
care.
to see you. Thank
We'll
you
be
so
right
much.
back. Yeah, I was really wondering.
#1 choice for wood flooring and more is LA Carpet.
Now during their 2-day sale, visit their showroom now and get 65% off wood flooring, laminate, and waterproof flooring.
Plus, get 5-year, 0% financing.
Carpet, #1 for you.
And I'd like to welcome back with us Dr. Cheryl Alvarez. She is with the Mind and Memory Program at Mission Hospital. And this program has been going on for a while now. I know you've been on before to talk about it a couple times, so welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes. First, give us an overview of this.
Yeah. So the Mind and Memory program at Mission Hospital is a collaboration between Mission Hospital and Alzheimer's Family Center in Huntington Beach. It's a program that's designed for people who are having some memory loss, early stage memory loss, along with a co-occurring psych issue like depression, anxiety, PTSD, just difficulty adjusting to grief, loss, things like that.
So how do you folks work with the location of Mission Hospital, because you are in Huntington Beach, and you chose the Mission Hospital, which is up in
Mission
Viejo, up by
yes.
Why can't I think that? That's where my daughter was born. I'm thinking, where is that now? That's right.
Well, we actually, Mind and Memory program is located on the Mission Hospital campus.
Okay,
so we are just right across from the main hospital. The program is there, and so patients actually come down to the hospital, spend about a half of a day there, attend group therapy sessions, see a psychiatrist, work with a therapist, have an opportunity to engage in family therapy if they want to, also socialize, have lunch, and enjoy themselves.
And how often would they go to this, and how do you determine who would be right for this program?
So a person could attend the program between 2 and 4 times a week.
Okay.
And the determination of who attends is based on a couple of things. One, if they're having some memory concerns, and then also if they're having some psychological concerns, like depression and the others that I mentioned. So the patient is part of saying, what do I want to work on while I'm here? Maybe they want to work on improving their communication, or they want to work on improving family relationships, or they want to feel better about themselves, or they want to be with other people who are also experiencing the same kinds of things that they are.
Okay, when I look down the list here and you mentioned PTSD, now that means you could have somebody there that's in their 20s, right? Or do you have a certain age group? Because when I see that, I think of people who have come back from some kind of war environment or some other traumatic experience, which of course certainly can affect people very young.
Absolutely, it can. Our program is really geared towards the older, more mature adult population. So we do have a number of veterans, but they are a little bit older. So this probably wouldn't be appropriate for someone in their 20s. And our patients who are experiencing memory loss generally are 50 and older.
Okay. Now, as far as the program goes, what are some of the benefits? What is there something that you know, for these types of folks, obviously depending what they may be suffering from, but looking again down this list, there's many of these folks who could probably get through this. There's others, obviously, who are in the form of Alzheimer's who would not. But so tell me how the program helps both people where this is going to be a permanent situation for them versus those who can maybe get through this.
Sure. You know, one of the really critical things for a person who's experiencing memory loss is to address these issues quickly. So they want to be really proactive about them. Depression in particular is a catalyst for memory loss progressing quickly. So we want to stop that from happening, right? We want to slow down the progression of even an illness like Alzheimer's disease or another type of dementia. And so depression is treatable. So even if a person feels like, I can probably get through this on my own, it would really be kind of a risky thing to take on to just hope it resolves.
I never would have guessed depression, anxiety, PTSD is associate memory loss with that.
Yes, absolutely. So people who are depressed and have memory loss will lose their memories much faster than someone who's not depressed. And it's unnecessary because depression is treatable. So getting help and being proactive in that way is definitely something we'd encourage them to do. So ideally, a person who attends the program would have less depression, less anxiety, their day-to-day life, they'd feel better, their social relationships would increase or improve, their family relationships would be something that they could work on, and essentially they'd be able to be more independent for a longer period of time and keep their memories longer.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
Okay, for people that go through some of these, you have the first step is memory screenings, or is that just for anyone who'd like to come in and get a free memory screening?
So there are two options. So one, For a person who wants to come into this program, all they really need to do is to call. So
Okay.
they make the call, they get connected with one of our staff members.
Okay.
Our staff member will meet with them in their own home, or they can come down to Mission Hospital and see the program and have an assessment there. And if it's right for them, they can enroll in the program. I should add that the program includes transportation. So we actually,
that's nice.
It's amazing. So we'll pick you up, we'll bring you back home, we'll take you to the program and back. And it also is covered by insurance.
Oh, very good.
Right. So in most cases, commercial insurance or Medicare will cover the program. Many of our patients have no out-of-pocket costs. So memory screenings, separate thing.
Yeah.
We offer a memory screening open to the public the first Friday of every month at Mission Hospital.
Okay.
So any person who's concerned about their memory, just wants to get a checkup, we call it sort of a yearly checkup from the neck up. They can come on down, make an appointment, and get a memory screening once a year just to check on things if they have any concerns.
Okay, very good. And the number is 949-364-4203. And the website is afscenter.org. You can get information there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming in again.
Thank you. Nice
We'll see
to
you again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Yeah, we were just in it.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Your attention. Please, take down this number. Did you know that adults with untreated hearing loss experience a 30 to 40% faster decline in cognitive abilities and are more likely to develop dementia? Those with a mild hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a history of falling. An annual hearing screening is urgent for memory care to help prevent cognitive decline and thus delay the onset of dementia. Free hearing checkups are now being offered free of charge. If you have not had an annual hearing exam, please take advantage of this free opportunity. If hearing loss is detected, hearing aids will be available to try for 10 days. Evaluations only take 30 minutes, but you must call for an appointment. Hearing screening is urgent for memory care. Please take preventive action. Call now.
I just love that ring. Where'd you get it?
I got it at the Jewelry Box. I saw it on Facebook, and then I went in and bought it. They have the most unique, awesome pre-owned pieces for amazing prices.
The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest, voted best jewelry store in Orange County for 8 straight years, offering unmatched prices on fine jewelry and watches, refurbished to new condition.
Visit us in our store or shop our website for just arrived items.
The Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Welcome back. It's the Health and Wellness Expo season coming up here, and I have Brian Gruner from Recreation, and then we also have Marcia Manker, who's here with Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Welcome, both of you. Nice to see you.
Thank
and
you.
Welcome to you. I don't think we've had you on. So welcome. First, let's just start out a little bit about last year's Health and Wellness Expo, which was super successful, and now you're expanding because of that.
And now we're expanding it, yeah. So last year we held our first annual Health and Wellness Expo over at Clubhouse 2. It was a one-day event. We had a great turnout, had about 500 people coming out for the event. We had about 17, 18 vendors, and was very well received. You know, we got a lot of really positive feedback. So this year we're expanding the program, and it's going to be a 2-day event. So it's going to be on Thursday, March 21st, and Friday, March 22nd, from 11 to 3 at Clubhouse 5.
Okay.
And we have over 30 sponsors, and still growing. So we have a very strong support base, making a lot of different improvements, and just really looking forward to it.
So tell me a little bit about the setup. So you're going to have the vendors set up like last time, but obviously there's going to be more to visit. So just kind of run through that.
Yeah, so the setup at Clubhouse 5, the main ballroom is going to be where all the vendors will be.
Okay.
And then we're going to have breakout sessions in the smaller rooms at Clubhouse 5, like the multi-purpose room, and then the fitness room that we have. It's like the yoga fitness room. And then also we're going to have the game room is going to be converted to a classroom. So it's a little bit smaller, intimate setting. Last year we had it in the main ballroom, and it just was kind of droned out. The speaker wasn't as well, you know, they weren't paying too much attention to the speakers. They were worried about the vendors. But I think this way it will focus those people who are interested in actually going to the classes. It'll be a little bit more intimate. They can ask questions, a little bit more engaging.
Okay.
So we're going to cover topics like memory loss, fall prevention, Medicare, long-term care, and then we actually have a presenter from the County of Orange who's going to talk about the trail system that is throughout, and that's actually close to where we live here, that people can access to and really enjoy the nature.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, Marcia, let's talk a little bit about Memorial Care and why you thought it was important that you guys be involved.
Well, I'm from Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center, which is just right down the road, and we have over a 40-year history with Laguna Woods in the community. We actually have a new liaison, Dustin, who's housed right in Laguna Woods, who is a social worker, and he helps everyone transition between the hospital back home. And our whole emphasis is on supporting our community in health and wellness. So we're very excited to participate in your new program.
Okay, great. And what will Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center be doing as part of the Health and Wellness Expo?
We'll have, I think, a couple booths. I noticed that we're a sponsor as well as the Memorial Care Medical Group, which is our physician side, and we'll be focused on opportunities for the Laguna Woods community to remain healthy, know what all the prevention measures are, and along with healthy living.
Okay, now you were with Memorial Care prior to coming over to the Saddleback Medical Center side. So is there a big difference? I mean, tell me, I know you just told me a little bit about the difference where there's physicians. How has your job changed?
My job is so different now that we're really part of the Laguna Woods community. I don't know if you guys know the story about Saddleback, but what I'm told is that the community literally passed around a coffee can to raise money to build the hospital. So we were truly founded by the community. We exist solely to support the health and wellness of our Laguna Woods population.
Okay, so you know, as you mentioned, I think it's a nonprofit hospital.
It is.
And it's been around for a long time. Tell me a little bit of a background other than what you just mentioned.
So Saddleback is a comprehensive acute care hospital right across from, I think it's Gate 2 in Laguna Woods. And all of our volunteers are community members. We have the preeminent women's hospital, I think in Southern California. It was one of the first built with all private rooms so that we can offer moms and dads just a great environment to deliver their babies. But we also have the high-end neurosciences, cardiovascular services. We're a leader in stroke care and prevention. And then we've just completed an entire remodel of our hospital, converting our rooms to private rooms that really facilitates the healing process.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and then you also have some new programs and services over there. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, sure. Well, we've recently implemented valet services because our campus with wayfinding can be confusing, and when you come to a hospital you want to have some nicer services, so that's new. We've hired an executive chef, Jessica, to really bring the quality of our food choices up, particularly in our physician's dining room. So she has a real bent towards wellness and bringing great fresh ingredients onto the campus.
Oh, that's great. So when you're at the expo, will you be sharing maybe some of those ideas?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll have to see if we're offering that.
That would be fun.
Yes.
I mean, if the chef could actually take some time out to do that and show us some goodies.
She would love that.
And then one thing I noticed in the notes here is that Saddleback Medical Center is one of only 8% of hospitals to achieve magnet designation. What does that mean?
So magnet designation is a journey that we embarked on over 10 years ago, and this is around mostly our nursing and clinical services, but it's a whole new governance and an education process to make sure that our staff
has achieved their highest level possible. And only 8% of the hospitals nationally are magnet designated. So it's not something you get just once. You have to reapply every couple of years and keep up that level of quality.
Okay, well that's awesome. I can attest to your staff because I had my second baby there. So
excellent.
Good stuff. Anything else you want to tell us about the Health and Wellness Expo?
Yeah, I mean, just besides the vendors being there, we're also going to have some demos, fitness demos, aqua aerobics classes, fitness demos on how to use fitness equipment properly. We're also going to have some free food courtesy of Chick-fil-A, some chicken sandwich wraps.
Right.
We'll have some smoothies. We're going to have some prize drawings and different things. So it's going to be a great event, and I just hope the people that word gets out there and everybody comes down and participates and just really enjoys it.
Well, it sounds like fun, and 2 days, how can you miss out? It'll be great.
Exactly.
Any last words?
No, we are just so thrilled to be a major sponsor of this new expo, and we're part of the community, and we really appreciate all the support. Thank you.
We look forward to having you on again. Thank you for your time. Thanks, Brian.
All right.
And remember that is going to be on, what is the dates? March 21st and 22nd, and that's Thursday and Friday, so not a Saturday and Sunday, and that's 11 to 3. We'll be right back.
My name is Francisco Perez. I work for the Department of Transportation, and we're here to present or show the Plan-A-Ride system, which is one of the systems coming on and servicing Saturdays and Sundays all day, and Monday to Friday from 8 o'clock to 10:30 at night. If you want to use the service of Plan-A-Ride, you please call 597-4659 to make a reservation to the 2 days before or the day of by noon time. That will be the latest time that you can request your pickup for the following day. One of the topics that we like to discuss about is safety. So mainly we like to make sure for the safety of the residents to be seated until the bus stops from moving, and do not get off your seat until the driver tells you so, for your own personal safety and to avoid any accidents or falls on the bus or outside the bus. So one of the key points is the ramp. The main thing here is this ledge. People like to get off the bus and cut corners, and they can trip and fall. For their own safety, please, when you walk out of the bus, straight out and then go to your right or your left, whichever works, okay? That's one of the key points. The other key point is do not stand when the bus is in motion. Any pertinent request that you might have throughout the day, you want to get off the bus or you want to acknowledge the driver, please make sure you tell the driver when you go into the bus. before he starts moving the vehicle. So that way he knows in advance where you need to get off or where would you like to be dropped off in whatever cul-de-sac request that you might have. The other topic is use the handrails. Assist yourself using the handrails of the bus to help you out in and out of the bus for your own personal safety. The other part of the system is if you have a medical aid, wheelchair, walker, when you call in to make a reservation in the main line, 597-4659, make sure you tell the dispatch person taking the reservation that you are on a wheelchair or you use a medical device, a walker, so they know in advance what to look for and be prepared when they get onto the bus. The driver is already trained to perform the safe load and unload the wheelchair on the bus. So he will secure the wheelchair onto the bus and he will make sure that you'll be riding safe on the bus. So that's one of the #1 things that we train our drivers, so the passenger is secure and safe while on the bus. I'm Francisco Perez. I'm here to assist you in anything you might need. Please call us at 597-4659 and I will be happy to assist you.
My name's Erica, and I believe each mind matters.
A movement is growing.
A movement for mental health. It includes millions of people like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Who are ready to create change. Because half of us will experience a mental health challenge.
But no one is alone.
We all have mental health. Sometimes we're okay. Sometimes we need support.
And when support is needed, it's okay to reach out.
Because people can and do get better.
And we make it possible by speaking up.
Being open and honest.
Living stigma-free.
Hope starts with me.
This is the mental health movement.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Well, I'd like to welcome from the South Orange County Community College District, Victor Negrete. And Victor is the Executive Director of Public and Private Partnership Development. And I'm glad that you're here today because we're primarily talking about ATEP, which is, of course, the campus that is on the former Tustin Air Base. First, welcome. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So tell us about a little review of ATEP. I know we've had the trustees on from the days when they were first eyeing that location, but it's this technology campus is bringing forth different sciences, so to speak, that associate with either Irvine Valley College or Saddleback, right?
Right. And thank you for the opportunity to speak about this exciting project that the district is currently working on. And as you alluded to, there is a long history with ATEP, and it goes back as far as in 1995 was when the district first expressed interest to the Navy in acquiring some property from the base closure, and over the years, working with the City of Tustin, received about a 60-acre portion of land out there to develop what the city hoped would be an education village, is what they called it. And working with the district, we came up with a vision, as you mentioned, including our current colleges, Irvine Valley College and Saddleback College, and how each one of our institutions could contribute to what a 21st century campus might look like. And what we are currently working towards, and a large part of the reason why I was brought on board with the district approximately 18 months ago, is to develop, when you think of a business park, what we want to develop is an education park, a place where educational institutions are housed side by side with business. And knowing in today's market, the competition for talent is at the forefront of most businesses' concerns. Having a steady flow of new employees, especially with retiring employees, and the need for constant retraining as fast as technology is changing. And so, through the evolution of ATEP, where we've arrived now is at a place where the infrastructure is largely in place at the site. We, in the last year, completed numerous private roads and traffic circles and sidewalks and lighting for the site. And we also opened the district's first building. It's a 30,000 square foot building operated by Irvine Valley College, which houses the new School of Integrated Design, Engineering, and Automation, IDEA is the acronym. And it's our first, the first building, the first training really going on at the site. And so Irvine Valley College itself is working to attract partners to work with them in those areas. And in the near future, we expect the Saddleback College will be opening a similar sized facility to focus on the allied health professions.
Now, you're part in this, the public-private partnership. This idea is not, it may be somewhat new to community colleges. It's certainly not new. We can go back to, especially with technology, you can go back to, walking around the campuses specifically up in the Bay Area, Stanford and things like that. And you have the Bill Gates building, and you have the Steve Jobs building, and things like that. So bringing in these type of partnerships, and these companies, along with many others, have formed partnerships to go in and help because it behooves them. They're looking for the next generation of skilled workers. These are very specific types of jobs to benefit them in the long run, but to benefit this new, I don't want to say new because it isn't so much anymore, but really what we're looking at is a trade. A different trade certainly than auto mechanics, which we need as well, but a trade nonetheless. And this partnership really helps out a lot, doesn't it?
I think it's absolutely essential, and as you said, it behooves private industry partners to really start looking at these opportunities. And we're not the first higher educational institution to look at public-private partnership models. Absolutely, that's not the case. We are unique within the California community college system to have this kind of opportunity. There is no other district out there that owns a piece of land as the South Orange County Community College District does. Thanks to working with the city of Tustin and other partners to redevelop that as the base close there in Tustin. So that the opportunity to from the ground up build out what this kind of 21st century campus you might call it looks like, that is unique. A lot of these other partnerships, Stanford and these other schools that are doing it, largely are on traditional campuses, and they're bringing in partners and fantastically successful. This is one of the few, and there's a couple others around the country. A really famous one is in New York City with the city of New York. Offered up a piece of land and did a worldwide global request for proposals, and they ended up with a partnership for Cornell and the Technion of Israel to develop their tech campus. They wanted the mayor of New York at the time, Michael Bloomberg, said we need our own MIT. What do we have? We have land, and so they did this, and it's up and running, and they've through creating this new ground up public-private partnership campus project, they've attracted major companies, and it's in the middle of New York City. That doesn't hurt. True. in this case, we again from the outset have approached this as a including industry and other stakeholders in the community in the vision. So we didn't have a campus already a traditional campus that we wanted to invite people into. We wanted to invite people to the table to help us plan and really work towards a long-term mutual goal, and that is, as you said, getting our residents in Orange County trained for trades for whatever those future jobs will be that are growing in the industry in the region, and those are largely healthcare related jobs, technology related jobs, and the only way we can continue to support that and accelerate that is by providing a prepared workforce.
One of the things that you notice when we're looking at some of the photos here, and I would think with the help of the companies you're bringing in, is the way that people work in many of these technologies today is vastly different than what it was years ago. The same thing, just like if you go to Saddleback or Irvine Valley, you have more traditional square boxy classrooms, where these at ATEP, you can see this is an open type concept. There's a lot of flow. Well, that's how a lot of the tech companies are. And so I can see, this is a classic example of something that's inviting. It looks like more like you're going into a fitness center or something. People are moving around. It's dynamic. It's very different. And so, that's what these companies, these newer companies, that's how they operate. Are there any specific partnerships that you have yet with companies that you can tell us, or you're still kind of working that out?
So we don't, as far as ground lease partnerships for developing, for building new projects out there, we have not completed any ground leases to this point. We are in advanced negotiations with one potential partner, and at the kind of beginning initial stages with a few others. At this point, we can't really say because it's not final.
Right,
it's not final. But again, they are consistent with what the vision for ATEP is, that kind of healthcare and tech focus. And I completely agree with you, and it's interesting going out and meeting with a lot of these folks and telling them about this opportunity and about the district. Not only the space is different, the energy, the vibe of these places is very different. And I'm often the only one wearing a tie. Yeah. Sometimes I think I need to have a hooded sweatshirt in my car just in case. It's exciting, and it's really interesting to get a peek at what these companies are doing here in our own backyard in Orange County. Right. There's some really, really exciting companies that a lot of folks haven't heard about yet that are on the cusp of really expanding and becoming household names, and we hope that if they need some more space as they expand, that they consider coming to our ATEP project in Tustin.
All right, very good. Great to have you on today. I think it's wonderful what the South Orange County Community College District is doing. And the partnership I totally get, and I think it's needed, and to bring forth the next generation of folks getting into these different fields. So thank you very much. Great to meet you. We'll have you on again sometime.
Appreciate it.
All right, you take care. And if you want more information, you can go to atepland.com. All right, we'll be right back.
The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is unique in the nation in serving its senior population, our friends and neighbors, with temporary financial assistance. Your donations assist Laguna Woods residents in maintaining their quality of life by providing help with medical bills, food, respite care, Meals on Wheels, and other emergency needs. With village support, the foundation continues to help our residents. Can we count on you to donate?
I choose to make friends out of neighbors.
I choose to start a new chapter.
I choose to live an active lifestyle.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia. Call or visit us today.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
All right, our movie coming up on Friday is called Bernie the Dolphin. This is a real family movie, and it takes place in Florida, and it's about a family, a brother and sister specifically, who befriend a badly sunburned dolphin. I think that's why he's called Bernie. He's separated from his family, and the kids uncover a secret plan that could destroy the beach and their new friend's home. And they must devise a clever way to stop the bad guys, protect the sea life, and then most importantly, save their best friend, Bernie. And there you see Kevin Sorbo is in that. If you may kind of recognize him, he was Hercules. Remember the that
but
series?
that was like the only, he wasn't in very many things.
No.
But then he went into a different path.
Yeah, he did. I think he went kind of behind the scenes. and then the 2 kids that are in this. So that'll be on Friday. It's a short movie. It's less than 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's
2
cute.
o'clock and at 7 o'clock. Now,
It's raining. I can hear it.
it's raining. Now, as I said, if you're watching us in the morning, the bulk of the rain will happen in the morning. Most of it has already happened overnight. For South Orange County, it hasn't been a lot yet, but I think throughout the day, we're going to be raining on and off throughout the day, that overall, I think we get at least a ½ inch. Then it may spill in over to Thursday. So, you know, maybe from today into Thursday, if it keeps going like it is, we could end up getting close to an inch, but spread out over time, which is good. A little more rain on Friday, a little more rain on Sunday, but Saturday is the day.
Yeah.
So,
gorgeous.
and by the way, on Saturday, the South County Pet Expo is taking place up at the Sports Park in Lake Forest. So if you want to go up there, I think we're going to head up there. That's Lisa Bartlett will be there. Yeah, it's been rained out before, so
well,
hopefully,
maybe not
I think
this
they're going to be
time.
okay. Here we are around the county and beyond today. Fairly cool out, right about the 60-degree mark as our average, but Palm Springs 72, so not too bad at all. All right, we're going to dive into these Oreos.
We are.
Right?
We're going to dive into the Oreos just like we're supposed to. But first, let me tell you who's coming on tomorrow. We have the Old Pros, Robert's Rules, the Globe, and then we also have Thompson RV, who's going to talk to us a little about RVs. I hope they talk about the littler ones, because I like those cool ones. But anyway, so this is how you're supposed to be eating the Oreo, right? Grab an Oreo. and then
I've
you eat
always
the stuff
liked
out,
it
right?
the traditional way.
Whoa.
So, but I'll do that.
So good
There
for
you go.
this early in the morning.
It
Have
is.
a great day.
Bye-bye.